Welcome back to another edition of Story Behind the Music. I'm Darren Story, and we are on this continuing journey with the Little Red Corvette, Mi-Ling Poole. As you know, I've done a couple of other episodes with her in the past. The very first one, she gave me the exclusive, letting everybody know that she was the woman that was the inspiration for the Prince hit Little Red Corvette. It is well documented now that she is that person. But she also had a life before Prince, and she had loves before Prince. Matter of fact, she had a love that she says is her first love. And, you know, he's part of her story too. And it's my pleasure to have Dougie Dawson on the line with me, as well as Mi-Ling Poole. She's there too, so because she's gonna chirp a little bit from time to time. Dougie, welcome to Story Behind the Music.
Yes,
How are
sir.
you today?
Fine, thank you for having me.
Good. So let's start right here, Dougie. When and where did you meet Mi-Ling?
In St. Paul at a recreation center. You know how we used to ball on a nice summer day, and the cute ladies would show up and watch you play.
Oh, you were an athlete, huh? No wonder you're a
Well,
Trojan.
I thought I was.
Yeah, all right. Well, she obviously was impressed. She says you were her first love.
Yes, that could be. I don't.
Are you embarrassed? Does that embarrass you a little bit?
Well, in a way, love is a big word. But we were definitely very, very heavy. We were, I would say, we played with love. People get hurt when you play with love. We were young.
Wow, it sounds like you're writing
exciting.
It sounds like you're writing a song,
It
Dougie.
was exciting.
Yeah.
You could write a song to it. We were there. It was amazing how it all turned out, why we're talking now. You couldn't have written it. It was life. It happened. She was there. She liked the spotlight. I did not. But
Yin and
I
yang.
wished her well. Pardon?
I said yin and yang. You know, opposites attract.
Yes, definitely. And it was, I worried what would happen to her because the music scene was very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But she was very bold and had a good head on her shoulders, and she survived it. And I'm very proud of her.
Indeed. We're on with Dougie Dawson, Story Behind the Music. I'm Darren Story, and Dougie Dawson is one of the Trojans that Mi-Ling writes about in her upcoming book. And Dougie, what type of person was Mi-Ling back then? Now, I've known her for a long time, but I haven't known her as long as you. When she was young, when I met her, she was full on mature woman. But you knew someone that I didn't know. What kind of person was she back then?
He knew me when I was 15 and a half, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, in those days, peer pressure, looks, she was a magnet. She was, everybody liked her, but she had a soft, vulnerable side to her that was easily crushed. She took things personal. But she also had an exciting, adventurous side where she went to college. She did things. She was involved in the boxing commission. She was a writer. She did everything she wanted to do. I've seen her house. It's amazing. She did it very well. I'm proud of her.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's an awful nice thing to say, Dougie. Now, Dougie, of course, the crux of all of this is her relationship with Prince. So when did you hear that she had been dating Prince or was dating Prince at the time. When did that news hit your ears?
The news hit my ears, I'd say, around 76. Around the year.
No, that's too early. I met him in 76.
Well, maybe that's what he's talking
That's
about.
when I heard about it.
But
So, May-Ling, what Dougie is saying, when you meet people, people hear about it. You don't even have to date them. When you meet people, people hear about it.
Being real careful because what he wrote in my book about when he first met me is totally different than what he just told you.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to. Spoiler alert. Maybe he doesn't want to be a spoiler, right?
Yeah.
So he wrote. He just wants to, let him do his thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You sit back and ride shotgun.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
so you heard they had met, but then later on you obviously heard that they were an item at some level.
But I didn't know really who he was then.
Because he was just a local guy, right? Just a local guy.
Yeah. And that's just who I heard who it was until I found out later who it really was. When I first heard about it was she was seeing somebody else. And it was him.
Wow. So, but I imagine you weren't surprised, though. You weren't surprised at all that she would be dating someone like Prince, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
People used to report back to Dougie because we went together for quite a while, over a year or so. So people used to report back to him. This is what he told me.
Wow.
And tell him what I was doing, right, Dougie?
So, Dougie, you didn't have any designs on like jumping on Prince or anything like that, and or having trying to steal her back from him or
no. No, I'm more of
this is where I'm being entertaining at this point.
I'm a congratulator. He is my hero.
Yes.
I miss him. I'm mad at him. He left us way too early.
I know.
But no, I don't try to control anyone. I was worried about her, because back then, just say no meant yes. You could do anything, and it's all coming to light now. Yes, a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, hashtag Me Too was alive and well, especially back then, but there was no hashtag happening.
There
back then.
you go.
There was it was pretty much carte blanche for men to, for lack of a better term, be men.
If you were backstage, you were fair game.
I understand. As you know, I do.
You're in the business,
right?
You're in the business.
There are.
Let me explain a little bit about what he's saying here. He's saying that I was really good friends with people who were at different radio stations in the business, and I was always at the concerts. I was everywhere, and so I would get offers to come back and meet people. Nothing really ever happened backstage. With me and other people. So that was not an issue. But some of the problems that I had were with people that I already knew or people that I didn't know, And,
right.
And Dougie remained a friend even after we broke up. And he broke my heart into little bitty pieces. And we still were friends. And so I would confide in him about things. And when we first met, he met me after a very traumatic experience that I had. So he definitely is understanding. I mean, he knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely. By the way, we're on with Dougie Dawson, Mi-Ling Stone Poole, the Little Red Corvette's first love, right here on Story Behind the Music. Dougie, as we close, tell me about how you feel about Mi-Ling writing this book and your contribution. Tell us about that, will you?
Well, the book, I have my opinion about it, but Prince was, to me, a hero to me. I wouldn't want to say things about him that aren't true or that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But I can say she was there on the scene when it happened. I watched, he played at our dances. It was amazing watching the journey. She was mixed up in that journey. I was on the sideline. It'll be interesting to see what she writes. If that's what she wants to do, if people want to read about it, it's a free country. But my contribution to it is, I met a beautiful woman that became a beautiful friend.
I couldn't have ended that interview any better. Dougie, thank you so much. That was amazing.